our resolve. Hold on a little longer. Turks run! They finally run! On to Jerusalem!
While Bohemond did not inherit his father's lands, he did inherit his attributes. But Bohemond was not done after conquering Antioch. He sought every opportunity to conquer new lands. But his fearless aggression led him to being his old enemy, the Emperor Alexios Komnenos, even offered to pay Bohemond's ransom if the Norman prince was brought to Constantinople in chains. Once again, years later, Bohemond again fought against the Emperor, but was surrounded by the Emperor's armies. He agreed to become so that the treaty binding Bohemond to the Emperor would not include Antioch. Bohemond never again set foot in the city. He died in Sicily, leaving his son to succeed. Our story is coming nearly to an end, my young king. But it is a story that should sound familiar to you. Your grandfather's father, the great Count Roger, died when Roger II was only a boy. While such an upbringing meant that the young Roger lacked the martial confidence of his forebears, he instead gained skills for diplomacy and statecraft that would prove. At that time, Norman Italy was divided into two lordships: Apulia, ruled by Robert Guiscard's grandson, and Sicily, ruled by Roger. When his cousin in Apulia died, childless, in 1127, Roger claimed all Haute-Ville, but this growing power, and Roger's tolerance for peoples of all faiths, raised the Roger's Norman vassals, led by his own brother-in-law, rose in rebellion, while a mighty German army, headed by the Holy Roman Emperor himself. But Roger had grander ambitions than fighting Normans and German princes. He had a king.
Look at this baptized sultan. Too busy playing dress up as a Saracen prince to come and fight a real man.
Your Majesty, we have pulled our forces from most of Italy, as you commanded. The peasants will surrender to the invaders, and their lives will be spared. Shall we retreat to the island, or hold our position in Calabria?
Ordini. Muratori. Pronto, signore. Immediatamente. Muratori.
Comare, signore.
Sessi, minatori.
Sì, lo faccio. Sì, signore.
When I was a little boy, I heard stories of your father and your uncle. Who would have thought that you would become a plaything of Saracens? It must have been your mother's doing, hmm?
Attaccare!
Salutiamo.
Sì, sì, signore. Lo capivo.
Sì, sì. Giusto. Minatori.
A vostro servizio. Comandi, lo capivo. Lo faccio. Sì, sì, signore. Capire.
Your Majesty, the scholar Al-Idrisi wishes to speak with you.
Great Sahib, I ask a humble favor. Please send your ships, traders, and soldiers throughout the world so that I may learn from their journeys and create a map of your entire realm and beyond.
Lo faccio. A vostro servizio. Attaccare!
Salutiamo, minatori.
Pronto, va bene. Minatori.
Comandi, signore. Lo faccio. Attaccare!
Your Majesty, the Holy Roman Emperor has been exchanging letters with the Byzantine Emperor. I advise you to tribute gold to Emperor Komnenos to remind him that he should ignore the Germans' letters. Good. You have bought yourself some time to deal with other matters, my lord.
Sì, combattete! Vostro servizio! Attaccate! Quando capivo! Combattevo, Fazio!
Sicily is a kingdom of learning and culture, thanks to you, Said. Scholars are welcomed from every people and creed.
Muratori. Sì, sì, va bene. Minatori.
A vostro servizio! Attaccare! Sì, signore, lo capivo. Lo faccio. Sì, signore.
Pinpricks! Nothing but pinpricks! Are you stitching me hosen or trying to fight me,
Immediatamente.
Your Majesty, the Italian cities support the Holy Roman Emperor because he promises to restore their trade routes. We can pry them from this alliance by clearing the seas of Saracen pirates who prey on Italian trade.
Great Said. Your English Chancellor is wise. But many lives can be saved by paying the pirates to spare our ships. They will instead attack your enemies, Said.
An interesting strategy, Your Majesty. The pirates now attack your enemies. Not what I would have advised, but that is why you are the king, my lord. A little more gold is needed to keep the Byzantine Emperor away from Italy. Good. You have bought yourself some time to deal with other matters, my lord.
Pronto, José. Va bene, immediatamente, va bene. Muratori.
Contadino. Muratori. Muratori. Salutare, contadino.
You are beneath me. I go now back to Germany, Henry. Send his head back to Worms, and I will make sure that you and our little lion cub become emperors after me.
Sì, lo faccio.
Pronto? Ordini? Salutare. Giusto. Immediatamente, va bene. Taglialegna.
Sì, signore, ho capito, lo faccio. Sì, signore, a vostro servizio. Lo faccio. Sì, signore. Ho capito. Combattevo.
little more gold is needed to keep the Byzantine Emperor away from Italy. Good. You have bought yourself some time to deal with other matters, my lord.
Salutiamo. Fessi.
My lord, the Drengo Lord offers to surrender now if you allow him to keep his lands. His offer only stands for a short time.
Shukran, Sahib. My map will prove your kingdom's trade and administration. Already the Latins call it Tabula Rogeriana, the map of Roger. You have attained immortality. I underestimated these northern peoples. The German engineers will improve your siege weapons and your defenses, Sahib. Great Sahib, you emerged between the worlds of the East and the West and built a kingdom like no other.
Poets, scientists, and artists came to Sicily from both the Islamic and Christian worlds, welcomed with admiration and tolerance. The long gestating seeds of counter. As for the Holy Roman Emperor, he died in the mountains on his way back to Germany. His throne stood empty for many years, though his grandson, styling him ultimately, it was your German grandfather who finally restored the Holy Roman Empire. You see, my dear Frederic Roger, in your name, you carry the legacies of both of your grandfathers. But the other, half Norman, half Italian, but fully Sicilian, was most. And that, my young king, is the story of how your family. The young king watched me for a moment. He stood up, thanked me for the lecture, and walked away.
Do you think that I will be their equal? A new Giscard? Or...
My king, I said. In time,